today's topic, the fight of the century. This is the fight that you guys deserved. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's what people deserve, that disgusting fight. The fact that people thought it was okay to put an almost 16-year-old man with a guy in his mid-20s, I think that was... Jake could have knocked him at any point.
Yep.
You saw Mike Tyson get hit one point, and the dude looked like he was fighting for his life, like he was buzzing away flies. The dude couldn't keep his mouthpiece.
His balance.
And his legs looked wobbly. It honestly was... It looked like a criminal act to let that thing happen. And everyone paid for it. And I think this is just our slow descent into freak shows. And more, we're going to have people fighting their ex. We're going to have freak shows where, one guy fights 10 women and knocks them all out. Soon we're going to have people with prosthetic limbs in there. I'm telling you, we are going to be paying for all the freak shows because at the end of the day, the consumer wants to watch freak shows. There's a reason why this is probably going to be the most watched fight this year. People don't want to watch professionals or the best at their craft. They don't want to see that. They want to watch a freak show. They want to see a good storyline, and they want to watch people they don't like get beat up. Most people tuned in because they wanted to see Jake Paul get beat up. That's what they were hoping for. They wanted to see their hero, Mike Tyson, irrespective of how old. People are really man, I couldn't believe he didn't knock him out. Really? Did you guys think this 6-year-old man was going to do damage to him for real? Oh, but in the first round, he didn't do shit.
He didn't do shit. He threw 18 punches.
How did you feel about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul?
That was sad. But it was what it was. You know what I mean? What did you expect? 58-year-old person going in the ring.
Facts.
I expected what it was. In June, he almost died. And then after that, he's in the ring. I didn't expect much. I hoped, but I didn't expect much. At the end of the day, it is what it is. The rules of the fights were weird, and I know they're not getting tested for any kind of tests or enhancement or stuff like that, so, I was not expecting much. That being said, Coconuts in Barbados, I think Jake Paul did what he was supposed to do. He's able to make money in a way that hasn't been seen. I'm not going to consider him an outsider. He's a boxer, a good one, that's debatable. But he's able to market and to sell some fights. 65 million people were watching. He's able to sell that to big corporations. So I gotta respect the hustle and the fact his business side. I can give the respect to that. He was able to give a big paycheck to a legend. He got to be in the same ring as a legend. That same legend paid. And he made money as well. And he made a lot of people a lot of money, whether it was a masquerade or not. That's one thing. It was allowed to bring the best fight of the night, which was Taylor and Serrano. No matter what the outcome of the fight was, it was a good fight. It was a fight that we wanted to see. So he was able to bring that. So I think there was more positive than negatives.
You thought that fight was better than the Barrios fight?
No, that's not what I'm saying. It brought... What I'm trying to say was that it brought to light the women boxing, and that was great. You're right. The Barrios and the Ramos fight was crazy as well. So for what we paid, I think I had my fair share, and I had it for my money. I didn't get to see what I really wanted to see, but I think all there was more positives than negative. He was able to give jobs to a lot of people. A lot of people got paid. A lot of people was able to show their skills. That people got their money up. So I gotta tip my hat off to him. The thing that happened is that you think that we are gonna see a slow descent into freak shows. I think we are in a descent. We are not in a descent. We are at a freak show. We see that it's just not mainstream. There was hobo fights. Where Kimbo Slice started, that's where it was. The backyard brawls, that's what it was. Just the last UFC that we saw, not the one from this weekend, but the one before, they had the fight to be done in Riyadh because one of the fighters, Sharapodin Magomedov, is blind of one eye. And in the States, he cannot fight if you're blind from one eye. So you have someone that is in a situation that is potentially dangerous for him, that we deem potentially dangerous when you're fighting. So not having an eye, that means that complete side, you can't see that he is fighting. So I think that we're seeing that.
Oh, are you wondering what I'm doing? I'm listening to Fresh and Fit take another L.
Again!
Yes, with my Raycons over here. I've been using Raycon now for a good part of 4 or 5 years. And if you don't believe me, I've used these things so bad that the paint has started to chip off after the 4th or 5th year. So I've had to upgrade to the newer model. Take a look at this one. I even got the little protective case on it. You know what I'm saying? Put these little bad boys in my ear. Huh? What's that? What'd you say? Coconuts in Barbados. Gotcha. I use these, and there's a reason why. When I travel, the 32 hours of battery life, impeccable. Another aspect is that it's fast charging, meaning for 10 minutes of charging, you get 90 minutes of battery life. And the other aspect of it that I really like, for me personally, is that it's waterproof. So when I'm working out, when I'm dancing, when I'm traveling, and I got water dripping down, sweat, even if I want to go to the shower and I want to listen to something, I bring my Raycons with me. They look good. They come with protective cases that you can purchase. All kinds of different styles, different looks. And I mean, I got mine over here look like a dinosaur egg, okay? Plus the fact that it's incredibly well priced. And with this Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, you can win big by going to buyraycon.com/ABBA and get up to 30% off site-wide. So what are you waiting for? Click on the link below. All right, it's the holiday season, okay? Y'all don't know what to get your partners? Why not get them some amazing earbuds they can use in every different kind of situations? Listen to podcasts, music, whatever it is. Instead of paying double, triple, and getting half the quality of audio, you guys can win now.
I understand that the fight itself, the Tyson versus Paul fight, was, if you talk about the fight itself, horrible. I do agree with that. I was just focusing on the positive of the rest of the fight, because of course
but there is no positive, and like you might say in the short term they got a check, but you know what this means? We're gonna watch more freak shows, and all these professional fighters, they're gonna get put by the wayside because people want to watch more freak shows.
It's really,
why would I tune in to Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson with 3 undercards with professional boxers when I can tune in to Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson plus another freak show below it, plus another freak show below it, plus another. This will soon be all fight cards with just freaks. That's where we're going. Nobody is coming away from this thinking like, oh, you know what? I'm really going to focus on the women's fight. Most of the coverage and almost all the talking is about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Yeah. So people can try to find a silver lining. But at the end of the day, it's just going to push those freak show fights to the top. Now you have Gervonta Davis talking about it. You have all the biggest professional fighters. They're all getting drawn in to the freak show. The circus is going to be the main attraction site. Yeah. And it's going to be like that. Take Squid Games. People want to see that in real life. It started off as a show and idea like that, but I promise you, if there ever comes a time where we legislate death row inmates having a chance at the Squid Games or the Hunger Games or whatever, we will 1,000% jump on it.
I think it was going to be like that. It's not going to be a scenario in a movie. I think it's a possible that we go that direction.
Oh, well, you know what? And there's people hate criminals enough. Like, tell them, we're going to throw 20 pedos inside the ring and only one of them lives. Yeah. People will watch that shit. Yeah. And if we're not there now, we're going to be there soon. But this is just the evidence of the fact that people want to tune into these kinds of freak shows. And maybe might be like, oh, but you're being dramatic. What we're seeing right now would have never been okay 20 years ago. So what makes you think 20 years from now we're not going to change our standards to the extreme? We're already going off in that direction. You guys put a 60-year-old man in there, and a lot of you don't even see what's wrong with that. That's evidence enough that we're already descending into weirdness. I don't think people really I'm not talking about 40-year-old Tom Brady. None of that. This man was almost 60.
40 is already old to fight.
To fight specifically. It's not golf.
40 is already something. No. It's like maybe like, what's his name? Not Chuck Liddell. Yeah, Chuck Liddell was kind of old. Randy Couture, but these are exceptions.
But do you remember how sad it was to watch Chuck Liddell's last couple of fights? How sad it is to watch Tony Ferguson now.
Randy Couture
these guys would get hit and you could just see they're just not there. Now add an extra 15, 17 years to that.
And they were in better shape than what Tyson is now.
Well, I mean, they were 15 years younger, so I would hope so. Yeah. I don't know. The fact that people don't even see what's wrong with this guy this age and don't feel a complete revolt towards that is proof that we're already far gone.
I put it in my Instagram, like the fight. It's during the fight. I was watching the fight live, and during the fight, I felt sad. Yeah. After the second round, I was like, I feel sad. I don't want this no more. Like I felt like a when you jerk off the back porn, and then you're like, ugh, what am I doing? Yeah. What am I even doing? That's what it felt like.
I can understand people be like, oh, I'm so happy Mike got a bag. I'm so happy, but I hope you guys think about the fact that because this was so profitable, people are chomping at the bits to make more of these circus shows. That's all that happened. So even though you're happy these people made money, now you just got a bunch of investors who see an opportunity for them to make billions of dollars off of putting more old retired people against each other, putting more people who are not fighters, who don't know how to defend themselves in the ring. Like, at the end of the day, don't forget, we're still talking about fighting. You could get the wrong hit because you don't know how to train or block or defend yourself, and you could be paralyzed. But people don't care about that because I don't think they actually believe these kinds of outcomes. So it's going to take somebody dying before people go, whoa, and then we're going to go right back to it.
We went too far.
We went too far, and then we're going to do it again shortly afterwards because we all got short-term memory. I don't know. To me, all I saw was I think this is the beginning. I say the beginning.
It's there. We're there.
But I'm just like, I'm already seeing the 10 next big fights.
We're there.
Yeah. This is the fight that we deserved because we're okay with putting untrained people or people who should be retired 25 years ago back in the ring for our entertainment. All because we want to be entertained. We don't care how old they are, what their mental state is. Go in there. Yeah, I mean, a society doesn't care about making sure old people stay safe, even against their own detriment. I don't know. To me, it's a bizarre thing for people to be like, yeah, I'm glad he made money. And look, bookmark it. This video today, I promise you in the next 3 to 4 years, we're about to see a lot of these weird shows. And maybe they're Cyberpunk. And Cyberpunk, the video game, it's like a future that's 40 to 50 years in the future.
Yeah.
But everything becomes entertainment.
Yeah.
People become human dolls that are used like basically receptacle holes. So that's pretty much the future of escorting. You can buy BDs, which are like visual videos that you can literally imprint your head. You can watch people losing their head, losing limbs, losing whatever you want. And that's entertainment for people. There was one quest that I'll never forget in Cyberpunk. It's a death row inmate who decides to get nailed to the cross because he wants to repent for his sins. Yeah. And it's live broadcasted. And the only reason he's allowed to even do it and come out of jail is because he's agreed to sign the forms to basically die by a cross. And I was thinking today, how many people would tune in live to watch a man get pinned to a cross like a murder?
Do you have a Twitter account?
I think everybody tuning in. I think everybody tuning in there.
You have a Twitter account?
I think our minds are already in the cyberpunk universe. We just don't have the technology or the laws for it.
It's just that it's also right now it's mainstream, but it's always been there. Back there was SnuffX, Rotten, all these snuff videos that were online. It's just that now it's online, and whenever I talk about that, those videos that were available back then, even though I think it's a niche, a lot of people have the reference.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're not going towards that. It's there. It's just not talked about.
You say it's there. It's just not talked about. People don't know how to access it. Most people don't want to access it, I don't think. And what's more, we have laws and we have a morality that doesn't allow for it.
Yeah. But
we will allow for other stuff.
Yeah. If people, we're gonna go towards there. But I think
these are just thoughts that I had when I watched it, and maybe my reaction's a bit dramatic. I don't know, but that's really what I thought. I
ain't mad at it.
We really all sat here and watched a 60-year-old man get punched around and circled around and said, "That's okay." I don't get it.
You think it's not the fact that we like a good underdog story? Everybody was hoping.
This wasn't an underdog. This is an old dog.
Old dog, like where we have it down to the tools and tricks.
And you know what you got to do with old dogs? You put him down.
Oh, goddamn.
You don't throw him back in the ring.
You don't.
What story does an old dog have? He dies.
Nah, that was sad. Anyways, I ain't got much to say.